So what I want to talk about now is we'll set this tripod up and I'm going to talk about the side mount feature that we have on the head. So we'll get this set up. So now we're set up to glass like this. I'm going to lock in my spotter head here. Let's get this on here. What I want to talk to you about now on this head is you can kind of see that on the side of these there's a threaded insert on all three sides of this head. So what that allowed us to do is to be able to mount different mounts to the side of the head of the tripod. So this is just a little ball mount that you can buy online. They're readily available anywhere online, really. And you mount like that up there, and you can mount like a little monocular to the side mount of your head. So you can have your standard spotter set up, and then you can mount a side mount on here. And I'll show you how this works well for glassing in the field. You can also have a spotter set up, another spotter set up on the side. You can have a wind speed indicator. You can also have a rangefinder set up just by accessorizing with some of these little ball heads that are available out there. This is an M5 thread. So you do have to have an adapter to go from M5 to quarter 20. Usually these accessories have a quarter 20 thread that's pretty standard in the industry. Another standard camera photography mount is the M5 thread. So that's what we put in here. It's all the room we had in there to do was an M5 thread. So if you want to do this, then you're going to want to get an adapter like this. We do sell these on the peripherals page of the website. It's a little adapter that goes from M5 to quarter 20 to be able to put onto one of your accessories. So look that up if you're interested in this. So what we're going to do is I'll show you how I like to mount this up on here. I like to kind of have the mount separate from the accessory first because it's kind of easier to get it threaded in there. But what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of thread it on this left-hand side because I'm right-handed. I have my handle on the right side. If I see a deer out there or an animal that I want to keep an eye on in a certain direction, I can set this up by threading this side mount in here, and you just thread that right in there. And you can leave this on the head like this. If you do this a lot, you'll just leave this little guy on the head and it'll just stay there. You can put a rangefinder on the side of this. You can put a cell phone mount to videotape while you take a shot even. It's kind of a cool setup like that if you have time to set it all up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up over here kind of on the left-hand side of my whole setup here. So say I got a buck bedded out there that I want to keep an eye on. I'm going to go ahead and thread on my monocular here. We'll get that tightened up on there and kind of snug everything up. I'm going to pull my caps and I'm going to take and get him lined up in the scope. So let's just say we got this set up here and I've got him glassed up and I spot him here and I can say, okay, I want to look at that buck and but I want to also look at others. So we're going to look at him. I'm going to line this up and be able to get him in the scope. And again, it's kind of the orientation of the same thing, the same area. And okay, there he is. I'm going to lock it in on him. And now I can be free to move this. As long as I don't move the tripod, I can move around here and I can glass for other animals. Even if I have to step over the top of this this leg here to glass this direction, I can still glass this direction over here and see other animals while this is kind of paying attention. Now, if I want to go back and look at that guy, all I have to do is go back in here and say, oh yeah, he's still there. So let's say I want to watch a deer over here. I'm going to lock in on this one. And we got one down here and everything's out of the way there so I can see that one. And I can watch this one at the same time. So we're just watching different areas. You can watch two or maybe even three. You can set a whole nother one up. If you have another one over here, you can watch one over here and kind of watch where they go. You can kind of still move these around. It's a little tight on here. Sometimes you can get different accessories, a little bit different ball heads like this, but these little ball heads work good to mount to the side of that mount and be able to have another spotter accessory on the side of your head like this. It works really well to do that. just as a kind of a placekeeper to look at that animal and still be able to glass for more in different areas, and it's still kind of right there to where you can just jump back in it and check to see if that animal's still bedded there. If it's moved, bang, you can jump back in here and have that orientation of angle figured out to where you can jump back in and glass them again.